Hello everybody and welcome back to another FTB Unstable. How's it going? Hopefully you're having a good time. There's a couple things that I want to work on today, including some of the base building as well. We also need to make a new chisel. Indeed. Do we have a piece of obsidian? We do. Perfect. Okay, piece of obsidian and a stick, right? I think we can do it. One stick. Is that all we need? Is that what we need? No. Can you even make a chisel anymore like that? Chisel. You can make diamond. There's no obsidian chisel. Okay. So, a piece of diamond will work just fine. Alright. Anyways, here we are back in the universe. And it's raining. Great. And it's becoming nighttime. You know, I have the worst times starting sometimes. I'm like, you know what? I just finished this thing. Let's start the video. Let's keep on going. Alright. Anyways. By the way, now you can tell if I do multiple episodes in a day because I didn't change my shirt. Because obviously I'm not going to change my shirt every time I do a video. Oh my lord, that would be crazy. Anyways, we got the chisel. We got the chisel. It's fine. We need to do a lot of chiseling, so no big deal there. I'd like to also get a couple sea lanterns. I don't really want to do like a stack, so let's just get a few here. Yeah, half a stack's pretty good. We're pretty much out of prismarine again, which is good times. I haven't yet figured out this whole stuff, but we're somewhat closer. But we got the chisel, which is good because ours ran out. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to improve this. Basically, I need more prismarine faster. So to do that, I need to upgrade this guy, and right now it's using 160 RF per tick. Now these solar panels currently are only generating 120, so we're not even generating, we're not even working at full capacity based on our current needs. So what I would like to do is I want to make a few more solar panels, but for that we need enlightened fused quartz. All right, let's get some quartz. Let's get some of this. Okay, so that should give us some of that. That's good. We'll put that away. And then enlightened, I think that's glowstone, right? Pretty sure that's glowstone. So let's just do a quick little boom boom. 7, I guess that'll work. I think it's just fused quartz with glowstone. Let's just find out. Yeah, that's enlightened. Okay. Oh, I could have used it just an actual block. Oh well. Oh well, I think we need 4 of them. Yeah, I should have just used a block. Rip. Rip glowstone. Rip. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. Rip glowstone. No big deal. Yeah, got it. Nailed it. I needed to break down into some glowstone dust anyways. So, you know, that's a thing that I needed to do. Don't question what I do ever, because I am the best. No, just kidding. Alright. Apparently I can't count either. That's fine. So we'll get some enlightened quartz or whatever. Now, upgrading to this requires 3 of these. But it does give you an additional 40 RF per tick. I would like to get to that point, but that thing's so expensive. I mean, you're talking 2 octadics, an ender crystal, which requires an enderman soul. Yeah, and some dark fused quartz as well. So, it's pretty darn expensive. So, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to do a couple of these. Yes, sirree. 2 of them. Perfect. And I'd like to get the double layer out. And basically, I don't know if the double layer is going to be worth it in this situation, because no matter what, we're going to be a little bit stuck for power. So now we're generating 200, or about 185 right now because of the efficiency. So we are gaining RF per tick. But once I put this in, it's going to take 800 per tick. Oh my. Wow. That is ridiculous. 800. That's 4 times this. That's a lot of solar panels. That's a lot of power generation. Yeah, we might just leave it at this, but at least it should be spawning on time every time. Or would it be faster with that? I don't know. I don't know. Either way, I think we're pretty good there. At least we have the power, right? We got the power that we need to kind of move on, is the way I'm looking at it. So, yeah, I think we're okay there. I think that's fine. Maybe. We'll find out. I could also power up those furnace generators, but getting charcoal up there automatically is just such a hassle. It's bad enough that we haven't even backlogged this system yet, because these really aren't that fast, and I need to get more upgrades. FYI, just to let you know, if you add diamond to your hatchet, it does require the diamond chopper then. Now, it's not a bad way to go to do diamond hatchet on like a metal, like a steel like this, because it's easy to repair. It just still costs iron to repair, but you get the diamond bonuses and you get the additional durability. So I'm at 851 compared to 234 with a diamond and an emerald. It's not too bad. Now, I'm not sure, I haven't tested if haste or anything like that impacts it, but yeah, so far so good. So we got a little bit of stuff going. That's good. Let's get that. And let's do up this into these guys right here. Good, because we're going to need to start to use these. Alright, so that'll at least collect while we are over here working. Also, continually expanding my ender pearls. Very good. So, let's get into a little bit of building. I know, modded, you're supposed to be doing systems and automation and blah, blah, blah. Well, no, not right now. What we need is we need this facility to be up and running. And I'd like to explain some of my thought processes when it comes to building things. And this works for vanilla. This works for, you know, everything, really. The thought processes are pretty straightforward. You need to get your dimensions down first. Once your dimensions are in place, it took me quite some time. I fiddled around a lot with the dimensions of this thing. I want it to look almost round on the outside, but be almost square on the inside. So that's another effect that you can do just by thickening up your walls. You can see here that it kind of gradually just comes all together and forms a circle. So that is something that I also wanted to accomplish, which I think I've done fairly well. Now, the next step, once you have your perimeter or your walls, your base of your walls, the foundation of your walls down, you can start thinking about the structure itself. So, for example, in this structure, we have a couple of interesting things. You want to get your height down, and I'm using the height based on the other structures that I've already built. But I figured, you know what, I should actually explain the way that I do this, or try to explain the way that I do this so that we can carry on. So what you need now is your structure points. So what I'm building up here is my structure points for this building. Alright, now these are all going up 5 stone bricks. 1, 2, 3, and then it's got the stair on top. Pretty straightforward. Good. So these are pretty much the main structure points that kind of tie everything else together. Everything's going to hang off of these walls, just like it did in here. You can't even tell where they are, but they're behind here. And everything kind of comes from those structure points on the walls. Now, over here, I changed it up a little bit where we did the andesite. But again, that's a weaker structure point. So when we're talking structure points, I want strong structure points in this one because we're a bigger building. Alright, so I could potentially switch out some of this to be some corner structures, something like that. That's something that I'll have to play around with a little bit more. Maybe something along the lines of these. And actually, no, that's still going to be in effect, isn't it? Yes. So we got the half slab. Yeah, okay. Alright, so the stair half slab combo behind it. Alright, so let's just fiddle around with this a little bit. So we have a structure point on the edge here. So we have an andesite, we have a stone brick stair. Behind the stair is going to be the stair half slab combo. Alright, pretty straightforward. So we got this, that, and that. Pretty easy. And then a little bit of andesite, and we have another half slab on top of that. So I'm kind of taking from this and expanding on it. And then on the outside here, we have that andesite now sticking out, but then we do a stair with 2 more andesite above it. So we're kind of in a bind there, so we just do the stair like so. Good, and then we got 2 andesite, and then it looked like I have a regular stair there again. So again, this is another structure point that we can build all the way around our structures now and use it for future building. Alright, so all the structure points are pretty much in place, except for on the corners, which we're going to have to look at a little bit more detail. The next step is to enhance off of those. So we can start looking at the details directly around those structure points and build off of them. Now, here is a unique one that we can work with quite easily, is we got that with the andesite, and we can combine these 2 columns together. So we have the main structure, then we got the 3 andesite, like so, and of course the stairs to kind of smooth out the archway a little bit, and then a stair on top just to kind of complete it. And then we do have additional ones on the top like so. And last but not least, we can probably put in this piece, mainly because it's necessary, with a torch, just for lighting purposes, so that we're not getting mob spawns or anything like that. But as you can see, that's now looking like those 2 structure points are combined structurally to work together, okay? So there's a lot of thought and detail that goes into this stuff when I go to build it. But with a little bit of practice, and that's the main thing, you have to practice. You're not just going to become a good builder overnight. That's practically impossible. But with practice, you too can do similar things to what I'm doing. It's not that hard. It really isn't. Over here we had that unique thing again, where we have the dark prismarine with an andesite sticking out. And then we got a double, triple, is it triple andesite up? Yeah, it's a triple andesite up. So we have the dark along the dark prismarine along the edges, and on top of that we have a half slab. Okay, easily done. So these go where the stairs go, just like that. We do need a bit more of the andesite because that is a triple up, like I said, and half slab on top, just like so. So now, again, you have a bit of a structure or a backbone to complete this thing. All right, but it's still, this part here, these are floating, right? Whenever you have a floating block, it needs to have structure somewhere else. So we do actually have structure because it's hanging off of the back side of this archway that's partly a structured piece. I'm saying structure a lot, and I know I'm saying structure a lot, but it's also quite important. So I hope you guys understand as I'm trying to teach a little bit. So I'm going to work on the archways in the other locations here as well. And yeah, then we will keep on going. Alright, so I've been building up a storm, and we've got most of the structure of the entrances or exits, whichever you prefer to call them, done on all 3 sides. And of course the 4th side was already done, which helps a lot. So that's a great start. From here we need to do a few changes and stuff compared to this one. And you know what? Let's take a break. Let's take a quick little break from building. You know, little 5-minute segments here and there, but when you need a break, you need a break. Simple as that. And one of the reasons why I feel I need a break is pretty straightforward. I've lost a ton of items to the ocean, and I'm not willing to go diving to get them every single time. So we need a ring of magnetization, I think. And to do that, we need to start into some Botania. So we need, is it 4 saplings and a book? Alright, alright. Do we have any books? We do not, but we should have sugarcane. Sugar. There we go. Get some sugarcane going here. And craft me, yeah, that'll be perfect amount. Excellent. And then we can get ourselves a book. You can combine. Thank you. And do we have leather on us? We do. Okay. Beautiful. Easy. Easy peasy. Awesome. Like so. And then we just need some oak saplings. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very good. Combine. Alright. Let's get our Lexica Botania. And the thing that I want to get is the ring of magnetization. Okay. In-game. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Perfect. Alright, so we need to get some of the basics down first and foremost. And the first thing that we're going to need is some mystical flowers. I don't think I've picked up any. I don't even know if they've spawned or anything like that. Now, there is other ways that we can get them with some floral fertilizer. And we might go that route because, well, yeah, it's one of those things. So we do have bone meal, which is good. We do have, let's see, what else? We got, we have flowers. We got flowers. So we got some poppies. Yeah. Lots of poppies. And we also have lots of dandelions, which will help us quite a bit in getting these mystical flowers. So we need some floral fertilization. Floral fertilizer. There we go. So it's basically some red or yellow dye with some bone meal. Pretty straightforward, right? Now, I could just convert it like that, straight up 64, but I think I do get more if we... Can you not sag mill them? No? No, you can't? Oh, really? Alright, we are straight up 100%. Alright, that's fine. Boom and boom. That's not going to get us as much as I hoped, but it'll work. It'll work just fine. Alright, that's going to give us 32 floral fertilizer, and this stuff works pretty much exactly as you would expect. You spam it on the grass and flowers grow. Pretty straightforward, right? Like boom. Oh, look at that, we got some flowers. Oh, more flowers. Look at us go. Oh yeah, love it. Now we can start getting our achievements too. I probably should have emptied out my inventory before I did this, but I'm not going to be too worried. We're going to get a couple of different colors and all that kind of stuff. At least started here for Botania. Yeah, already can't pick up stuff. Excellent. Love it. Love it. Alright. Let's get a chest quickly. And, yeah. We'll just store them over here. You know what? We'll make this little section over here our Botania area for right now. We might need to come up with some sort of sweet greenhouse or something like that in our build. Nice little Botania section. I could see it happening. I could see it looking fantastic. So I'm going to get a few of these flowers all riled up and ready to go. And once I have what I need, we will carry on. So when it comes to Botania, I just had to look through a lot of the stuff, and it seems like not a ton has changed in terms of, you know, Botania's stuff from 1.7.10. So what I want to do is I'm actually just going to rush through some of it a little bit here with you guys and without you. So I'm going to advance myself pretty quickly in this system because a lot of the early game stuff is the exact same as what it was before. So I don't want to bore you guys with, you know, more of the exact same stuff that you've seen probably hundreds of times from all the 1.7.10 stuff. Alright, now if you do want a more in-depth look at this, I'm sure you can probably find it. Shouldn't be that hard to find. But for me right now, I think the main goal is for me to get some mana up and running and some of this stuff ready to go. Alright, so yeah, right now I'm making a pure daisy. These guys are very, very useful. Pretty much a requirement of Botania. And the reason they're a requirement is pretty straightforward. They make... What? What? Well, that's a new one. Anyways, pure daisies make everything else work accordingly. Let's see about getting some of this up and running. So we need some stone and we need some wood. Just to say a couple. Let's make sure that this works first, because I've never seen pure daisies turn into mana detectors before. Here's hoping. And then we also need one for wood. So I'm going to place those two down, and hopefully this works. Alright, so now we need to make one of our first generation of flowers. And that's going to be our day bloom. Pretty straightforward. 2 yellow, 1 orange, 1 light blue, and a seed will get you what you need. Did that just rhyme? Because if it did... that is awesome. It's fine. It's fine. And then basically you can also right click with an empty hand and get the same recipe again. And then just add a seed to it. So that gives us a few day blooms here. We have 6 total. That's not a bad number. I would like a few more normally. But for right now that will do the job. Equally, we have a few mana spreaders out of the living wood, and I made myself a mana pool, which is just an upside down helmet of living rock. So we're going to get a couple of these guys, very good, and I'm going to place them right about, we'll do one there and one there. Nice and simple, nice and straightforward. Now, the biggest issue that we have at this point in time is we actually need to get a tool for Botania. Because those spreaders, it looks like they're shooting this way, but we need them to shoot at the mana pool itself. So, we need to get a wand of some sort for Botania. Now, you could look this up, but I'm just going to do it here. I'm not going to look it up. I think I pretty much know this mod pretty well at this point in time. I wouldn't say 100%, but I know it pretty well. So we're going to need 3 living wood twigs. Very good. And then any type of petals. Alright. Now these guys are going to go up the middle like so, and the petals on either side. And that's going to give you the Wand of the Forest. Now, there's 2 different modes. There's function mode, and then there's bind mode. Shift right clicking changes them. So we can now bind with a shift right click on the mana spreader to the mana pool, and it will change the orientation of those mana spreaders to where we need to go. Oh man, itchy nose. Ah, the worst. The worst. Alright, so now you can actually see the mana beams will go into the mana pool. Now, of course, we're not getting any mana because, well, we haven't placed down our day blooms yet. So, let's do that first and foremost. I'm sure it's fine, right? Okay, yeah, they're getting mana. They're gaining mana, so I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Now, I'm going to bind some of these. So, oh, no, no, no. Bind you. No. Oh, wow. That's a problem. Okay, so you can't rebind any of these flowers easily. But there we go. We got our first bit of mana. Perfect. Job complete. Excellent work. So the next step is to upgrade our mana generation. Day blooms really don't generate much. As you can see, it's slowly but surely going up. And there's much better options to us. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some mana powder, which is really any type of dust. You can use floral dust from Botania. You can use... There's lots of different options that you can use for this. But what we're going to make is an endoflame. And an endoflame is a next kind of generation of mana flower. It's kind of the second tier, if one could say that. Passive flowers, like the ones I've already placed down, are eventually going to decay or disappear. So we need something that's a little bit more permanent. Now, I'm guessing these guys are all going to turn into mana detectors as well. And they do. Awesome. That is just fan-diddly-tastic. Alright. Unbelievable. Love it. Love it. Alright. We're going to take some of this charcoal that we have. Is there a charcoal block? Oh, baby, there is. Excellent. Even better. Alright, and what we're going to do is we are just going to drop some of these charcoal blocks down. They are going to get eaten up by those endo flames that we just placed down. And now you're going to see quite a bit faster mana generation and shooting over to the mana pool here. So, now we can keep going. We can get our last two that we didn't already have from going. So, boom. Oh, we can't do the old right-click thing. Shucks. Alright, alright. Boom, boom. Okay, good. Now we'll do it. Now we'll do it. Empty hand. Bam! Got it. Okay, 2 more endo flames. Awesome. Yeah, I guess right there and right there, because that makes complete sense. And these guys are just going to eat up any type of fuel source that's lying nearby, like coal, charcoal, etc., and use it to generate mana. Not unlike a furnace would or anything like that. Pretty straightforward. So, they do take a bit of time to eat up that mana as well. Now, there is automated systems that you can come up with, and I've done it numerous times. But I think for right now, I'm just going to try to get as much mana as possible. Probably going to go back to doing some building here while we wait for the mana to accumulate. Oh man, are we going to get a lot? I think we're going to get a lot of Ender Lily seeds. 19! Whoa. That's a lot of duplication. A positive gain of 6. That is fantastic. Alright, 6 more end stone. Don't mind if I do. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to let that mana build up. I'm going to continually feed it as much as possible. And yeah, we'll keep going. Alright, perfect timing. We just got our 8 mana steel just by dropping iron in a setup like so. Very good. This is going to give us a mana lens. This lens we're going to want to magnetize. Perfect. And then we're going to put it on a few more pieces of mana steel, and that's going to give us the ring of magnetization. And this is one of my favorite items in the game. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this numerous times, but you can drop items down on the ground and eventually the ring will pick them up. Now, equally, if you break said items, so this is placed and you break it, it automatically gets picked up by the magnet. It is so much more beneficial to have this rather than, well, for example, the magnetic feature on my tools, for example. It's somewhat useful, but the ring of magnetization is just overall better. Now, we are pretty much at wrapping up point for this episode, so I just want to leave it at that. But I have been working on the walls quite a bit. I think they look quite nice. I'm not sure what I'm doing down here yet. It might just be another sea lantern. I don't know. And I need to clean up that down there as well. But we are at wrapping up point. We got a ring of magnetization. We did a little bit of building tutorial, which is nice. I hope you guys liked that. I hope you guys enjoyed a bit of a building tutorial. I think it's useful every once in a while for me to share some of what I do with you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. All of that wonderful stuff that you guys have been pretty good on. Thank you so much, and have a good one.